Start us off. We're joined by head coach Seb Hines. Seb, quick turnaround. You host North Carolina Courage tomorrow. Just give us your initial thoughts on the kind of match you expect.
Yeah, like you said, it's a quick turnaround. It was only yesterday. We were in Panama, but this is the schedule, this is the league, and so we have to move on. It's an opportunity for us to, I think, bounce back from a disappointing result. I think the performance was there. I think we had good intentions to go out there and beat Bay FC. It wasn't meant to be. We got a positive result, this past Tuesday in Panama. And we want to continue that momentum at home in front of our own fans. North Carolina is always a tough opponent. They've got a set way of playing regardless of who's in charge. So, it should turn out to be an exciting game for everyone.
Just going back to the game in Panama, just kind of now that you've had some time to think about it, how did you kind of feel that the team performed, just considering so much rotation and playing in a foreign country for the first time ever?
Yeah, I mean, testament to the players. It was a challenging environment. Playing in a different country, a different style of play, different environment, and I thought they handled it very well for the most part. Getting up in the game early on really settled the nerves and helped the players, play their own game. There was a few moments, but that's to be expected because of the personnel. We had a lot of players playing out of position. There was a lot of rotation. We found a system that would have suited every player and put them in a more familiar position on the field. We want to continue that momentum in that competition. We want to qualify, and we have to play teams like Trillo away from home, and we're going to have to do it again in a couple of weeks in Mexico City. So overall, really pleased. We managed to rest some players as well and still get a positive result to go out there on Friday to win against North Carolina.
Just kind of going off that rotation, being able to rest so many players, leaving some at home, and then also kind of how you mentioned playing players out of position, trying them in new spots, Samo Jackson, fullback kind of thing. Just how much did that benefit you in terms of just having more options at different positions, while also heading into this game having those players that didn't play rested, ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, formations are a starting point, but you have to put players in positions where they can be comfortable. So yes, on paper, SJ was a fullback, but you could see that she was high and wide in a more familiar winger role. Grace pushed up as well. And the reality is we only had two defenders available. And then Vivi has to slot in at centre back. So yeah, it was challenging in that sense, but overall really pleased. We're at a stage in the season where we need to get wins, we need to get points. Some players are suffering with injuries as well, so having to manage them, manage travel. Some players have been on international duty, so yeah, all those considerations come into our selection, and so yeah, it's game after game, and the players are giving absolutely everything. It's quick turnarounds, play, recover, play, which is new to anyone who's been in this league, and adding CONCACAF Champions Cup as well into the mix. Does test your full roster, but we have a great roster here, and they're all bought in, and so yeah, it's good that we've got this game on Friday. It gives us another opportunity to go out there and win a game of football.
How much does a game like Tuesday just help in terms of confidence for certain players, like Summer Yates getting a hat trick, second ever Pride hat trick? Just how much does scoring 5 goals help in terms of just building confidence into this game tomorrow?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, if there wasn't these games, it's very difficult to schedule games for players who aren't getting significant minutes. But like you said, getting Summer on the field and her expressing herself and scoring 3 goals, and I wasn't, just pleased with her goals. Her work ethic was brilliant as well. Julie Doyle getting on the score sheet as well. Ali Lamos scoring her first professional goal. Cozy getting a start. Elise getting a start. So there's so many landmarks within these games as well that's important that everyone still stays fit and healthy, because they will probably get called upon in the league also. So, yeah, it's good and bad because it is quick turnarounds, but we rather play games than just train every day.
And then just lastly, with North Carolina, different look with the new head coach now. Just what are you kind of expecting in terms of what they'll bring compared to when you played them last?
Yeah, I don't think it's too dissimilar to when Sean was there. I think obviously Nathan's been there long enough to know the identity of North Carolina and their principles and their style of play. I don't think they veer too off that. So, yeah, I think when any play gets a new voice and there's positions to be played. It's an opportunity for players who may not have been getting opportunities. So, yeah, we'll see. It's always an entertaining game against North Carolina. It's always a tough game, the way that they play, the intricate play, the rotations. But, yeah, I think our players are hungry. They want to go out there and set a tone early. And, yeah, ultimately put ourselves back in the mix to move up the table.